Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Dr. Shivani Gupta. I'm an Ayurvedic practitioner who teaches you how to apply the Ayurveda lifestyle to transform your health. So in this video today, we're going to take you on a special journey. I went on a 7-day challenge to improve my Agni, to improve my digestion, to support my overall health. And you're going to get a behind the scenes look on what I did and what the results were. If you like videos like this around your health, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button so you get more videos like this to support you on your journey as well. So let's dive into Agni. Agni is a word from Ayurveda that means fire. And when we're talking about fire, we're talking about the digestive fire within all of us that's there to help support us in digesting our food and absorbing the nutrition from that food. The thing is, when we have wonderful, healthy Agni, that fire is going to give us good, smooth digestion. We're going to absorb our nutrients effectively out of our food, and we're going to feel more energized. But when Agni is off, all of a sudden the system's going haywire. When digestion and Agni is off, all of a sudden you're tired, you're fatigued, you're not absorbing your nutrition, and instead that same food can create toxin buildup in the body and make you more sluggish. So let's talk about some of those common digestive symptoms that most of us have. Many people are suffering from bloating, from indigestion when they eat. Feeling like the food that you ate isn't even digesting, it's just stuck inside of you, sitting there. And is that something you feel sometimes? Do you feel like you eat food, but it doesn't even tolerate well? Somehow your body doesn't have the tools it needs to digest the food that you're eating? Well, that could be an Agni imbalance. And so today we're going to talk about all the different ways we have to address these common digestive issues, but also the best ways to put some new lifestyle habits in place. And those new lifestyle habits can help us win at our digestion overall. When our Agni is imbalanced, our body doesn't have the ability to break down the nutrients from our food. And then we're lacking nutrition. And the thing is, nowadays, our food, as it's grown in factory farms, is already lacking nutrition. So imagine 100 years ago, if you got 100% of nutrition, now you're getting 20% of it. And if you don't have a strong Agni, you may be getting less than 10% of the benefits of that food, even if you're eating organic spinach or some organic healthy vegetable. So that's the importance of balancing our Agni. So if your Agni is imbalanced, you're going to have different digestive problems, whether it's constipation, diarrhea, these imbalances because either the fire is too strong or it's too weak. You may also be suffering from different skin issues, acne, eczema, all these different skin issues that erupt on the body are a sign that digestion is off on the inside. Then mood swings, such as big emotional imbalances that are happening. If you're anxious, if you're depressed, if you're just really moody and off, that could be a sign that your digestion is off because gut health is brain health. Gut health is connected on the gut-brain axis according to modern science. And Ayurveda already taught this for 5,000 years. If gut is off, your mood will be off. Then there's so many other things. Our immune system is tied to our gut health. So if you're constantly getting sick with viruses and bacteria and all these things coming your way, catching every cold, that's a sign Agni has to be addressed so that our gut is addressed and we have that immune system in place. And then finally, if we don't have brain health on board, you're not going to have the focus you need. You're not going to have that power you need to be productive. And that also is tied to gut health. So when we talk about gut health, what most people don't realize is there's this emotional toll that comes from having this poor digestion. I'm someone who suffered with poor digestive health my whole life. I took a lot of antibiotics through high school. Finally, I got to college and realized there's something here. There's something wrong. And so if you're frustrated about your health, if you're always feeling lethargic, if you're always feeling low, because no matter what you eat, you're not winning at digestion, that's where rebuilding Agni and digestive fire can be the most beautiful first step you take to start getting the digestion and the health and the gut health that you want so you can have the immune system and everything else that you want as well. So what does a balanced digestion look like? Well, in Ayurveda, we have 3 main areas that we focus on to help us balance our Agni and give us better health and vitality overall. And those areas are diet, lifestyle, and digestion-enhancing practices. So let's talk about diet first. Of course, diet's important. The way we eat and when we eat, all of that matters in Ayurveda. It's not just what you eat. But when it comes to what you eat, we also talk in Ayurveda about food combinations. We call it viruddha, incompatible foods. So many of us will make a bowl of so many different types of ingredients, consume all of it, and forget that we've got different digestive enzymes that have to release based on what we're eating. It's not like one set of enzymes for all the food. And so there's an order to eating the food: vegetables, then proteins, then carbs or sugar. There's also which foods go well together in our stomach. So a lot of people, for example, will make a smoothie with banana and milk. Well, bananas are considered cooling, milk is considered heating, and that combination confuses our Agni or fire, not understanding how to manage both at once. And so really looking at your compatible foods and incompatible foods is important. And I have a whole video on that on my channel that dives deeper into which foods go well together and which ones don't. Then let's talk about lifestyle. And I'm a culprit of this. I'll make a meal and I'll take it on the go. And Ayurveda teaches us that if we're going to eat on the go, we're not going to get the benefits. It's basically like taking a campfire and trying to run down the freeway with it at 90 miles an hour and expect that fire to properly digest the meal that we're eating. It's not going to happen. It's not even practical for us to try. So it's so important to pause when you eat. Ayurveda teaches us, eat your meal sitting down versus standing up. Make sure you take the time to absorb that food. Don't watch TV while you're eating. Don't watch don't watch anything while you're eating. Really take the time to pause, absorb that food, digest that food, and benefit from that food. And then finally, we talk about digestion-enhancing practices. And those include things like, one, chewing your food properly. So many of us will sit down to eat and we think of food as fuel and we just inhale our food. We rush through eating. And so those large food particles are there. And that's not going to digest well. We don't have the enzymes to take unchewed food and process it through the system. That's like throwing chunks onto a fire and saying, hey, can you process that? No, we have to cut it up, chew it properly. The process of chewing, our oral microbiome tells our gut microbiome what's coming down the pipeline for it. Then we talk about how after we eat, take a few moments to walk, move around, allow your body to really digest the food instead of just running into the next activity and being in a rush all the time. And then finally, we talk about incorporating Ayurvedic spices. Ayurvedic spices like turmeric, ginger, coriander, fennel, cumin seeds. A lot of these super spices are there to support the digestive process. So if you have food that sometimes is really hard to process, let's say it's beans. So many people say beans are hard to digest. Well, in Ayurveda, we have the right spices to pre-digest those beans as they're cooking. So then when you go to eat it, it's easier for your Agni or digestive fire to process that food. So just pay attention when you're eating what foods are hard to digest, and could you add a little bit of ginger, turmeric, cumin, and make those foods easier to digest so your process, your digestive fire process, can handle it. And then finally, we talk about sipping warm beverages throughout the day. So when we're talking about a digestive fire, it's important to get to mealtime and not pour ice cold water on top. Throughout your day, instead, sip on hot warm beverages, maybe an herbal tea. I'm a big tea fan. But by doing that, we're going to support the body in gentle hydration, in flushing out our toxins, and thus allowing that fire to be more ready to process our food and really digest our food in the best way possible. Next up, we're going to talk about the next ways that we can use digestion and Agni and how I did a 7-day challenge and how I applied all this to myself. So I decided to take these principles and put them into practice for a whole week. And here's how it went. On day 1, I took out my incompatible foods. There were a lot of times where I was combining too many foods into a meal, making a mixed bowl, and it was causing trouble. So that was my first day. Day 2, I started adding in those digestive enhancing spices, the cumin, the ginger, the turmeric, the coriander, and adding in those super spices was a great way to flavor up my food and help with my Agni. Day number 3, I got mindful with my eating. So putting down the iPhone, not turning on the TV during dinner, just focusing on eating, which sounds easier than it is, but I did it. Day number 4, I focused on stress resilience. So bringing in yoga stretches in the morning, walking during my breaks or when I was on the phone. And that alone helped decompress my system and supported Agni as well. Then day number 5, I focused on sipping hot water, hot beverages, and adding in ginger to my hot water before my meals. That was a new habit that I hadn't really done before. Day number 6, I focused on hydration overall. So a lot of times I wasn't hydrating outside my meals, and I know I can't hydrate during my meals. And so I was able to hydrate in the different breaks between meals and support my system better overall. And then finally, day number 7, I focused on chewing my food. Sounds easy, but a lot of us don't chew our food 10, 20, or 30 times when it's in our mouth, and I just focused on chewing instead of inhaling my food. So after the 7 days, I noticed my digestion was working better, my system was happier, I wasn't bloated or feeling unwell after my meals, and I had more energy. And that's the thing, when it comes to Agni, we have this ability to retrain our Agni at any time. We just have to put the lifestyle practices in place. So what I learned is diet matters. Take out those incompatible foods that might be the biggest culprit. Then I learned mindful eating is key. We can't fuel the body, but not let the body know what it's doing, and that Agni has to wake up and digest that food. And then finally, the lifestyle piece. Not eating on the go, not eating while I'm running around, chewing the food properly, transitioned and changed everything. So all of a sudden my Agni, my fire, became more robust. It became stronger. And I got that energy that I wanted to have from the food that I was eating. So here's the thing, you have the power to do this anytime. Just let go of each of those habits that we talked about today that may be taking away from your digestive fire being as strong as you want. Here's the thing, Ayurveda shows us an entirely new way to look at food, lifestyle, and the practices that we have. And you have this ability to change each habit anytime you want, any month, any year, any season. And these little habits lead to really significant results because digestion, according to Ayurveda, is the key to all health. So if you liked this video today, please like and share it with your loved ones, with anyone who needs it. And stay tuned for more videos on my channel about your digestion, your health, and how Ayurveda can help you build vibrant health each and every day.